Last week, I got my new training zones from the test. This week, I actually got to use them. And on Friday, in my threshold run, I accidentally set a 5k and 10k PR. So, last week I had my longest run yet this season, which was 28k with race fueling practice. And with these new zones, I should be running faster than I had been. So the previous long run was 25 kilometers with an average pace of 4:44, and that was at an average heart rate of 130. And to compare that with this long run, I did this one at 4:35 pace with an average heart rate of 142. So the run was longer, faster, higher heart rate, but it felt the same. And that proves that my aerobic base is real and that the old zones were quietly holding me back. And the race fueling was also dialed in too. I tried to take 75 grams per hour during this run. I had some Amex energy drink gels with me, and with the higher pace and intensity, the fueling also matters more, so that also went quite good. No specific problems there. So this Friday I had my first back-to-back bike and run threshold session in one single block, which was the real first intensity work I've done all season. In the previous video I mentioned about my 300 watt FTP from the test result, and that I decided to stick to my 320 watts for this training block to see how that would go. So I did my bike interval 4x4 minutes at 320 watts, which felt really good. The intensity and heart rate were at the right point, and the session felt exactly as it should. So I'm gonna stick to the 320 for a little longer now. The run was a bit more exciting because the threshold paces are way faster than what I trained at before, as my new zone 4 lies in between 3:21 pace and 3:36 pace. So I did 4x4 minutes with 3-minute recovery in between. The first interval was at an average pace of 3:30, the second was at 3:33, then I had some headwind coming in at 3:36 average pace, and for the last run interval was a 3:33 pace. All these intervals were right at the bottom of my new zone 4 in windy condition, so it's okay. I ran way faster than I ever did before, and it was really exciting to see I could actually run this fast already, and we're only starting from here, so it's going to be interesting to see where this is going. And then the moment I got home, I uploaded my data and I got these notifications from Strava and Garmin, and that was really fun because I had 2 PRs for 5k and the 10k. My new 5k PR was in 19 minutes and 45 seconds, and that is actually 8 seconds faster than my previous 5k PR, for which I actually raced. And for the 10k, it was a 41 minute, 49 second PR compared to a previous run during a workout that I barely even remember, which was at 42 minutes. And yeah, I just wasn't trying to PR anything. I was just doing the double threshold session as intended and just trying to hit my zones. And apparently these zones are faster than my PRs ever were. Then Saturday I had the biggest session of the week so far, which was a race simulation day, and the day started off with a 3600 meter swim with 5 times 400 meter race intensity, which went straight into a 3 hour and 40 minute bike with 4 times 15 minutes at race intensity, and then coming off the bike straight into a 20-minute run to test the legs for the first time after a long ride. The swim went well. I managed to keep the target pace for Ironman Frankfurt. For the bike, which went a little bit worse than what I had expected, the RPE was way too high for what I'm used to. My heart rate was high compared to my power which was lower than usual, and I suspect that's mostly due to the accumulated fatigue throughout the week. I probably underfueled the Friday before, and I believe the breakfast timing was off, which also had too many fats. During the bike, I also tried to train my gut a little bit more, trying to push to 120 grams of carbs per hour. I was testing some new products like the Amex drink gel caffeine and the fast bar chocolate, and then on to the run, where I really expected to have some jelly legs, as it was the first time going for a run off such a long bike. But the first few steps already surprised me. I really didn't have any jelly legs, and when the first split time came through, I was actually quite surprised, as it was in 4 minutes 22 pace, and for the 20 minutes I actually did it in 4 minute 26 pace average and a heart rate of 139. And my goal for the first 10k for the Ironman Frankfurt is to run at 4:35 per kilometer pace, and during this session I ran way faster than that at a lower heart rate, so it's not a guess anymore what I'm trying to do at the race, and I actually know that I can do it, so that was really quite confirming and nice to see. Then for Sunday was a bad day. I had a run session planned of 1.5 hours. In the first few minutes I already noticed I was a bit lightheaded, slower than usual pace, elevated heart rate. It all fell off, and I already knew what it was. It was just all the load from Friday's double threshold session and Saturday's race simulation all catching up. Yeah, and I made the call to cut the run short actually, and the reason was quite simple, because completing the session in that state would produce no fitness whatsoever and only risks the rest of the training block. I still got the strength workout done, and I wasn't really too hard on myself, and knowing when to stop is a skill too, and that took me a while to learn myself. So looking back at the week, it was a really good and productive week. We've confirmed the new running zones, and the long run really confirmed for me that I left quite some fitness on the table in every endurance run. On the bike we're still calibrating a bit, and a few more weeks will clarify whether we should stick to the 300 watt FTP or the 320 watt FTP. The race simulation was a mixed result. The run off the bike was really the most clarifying point, as it made me see that the goal for Ironman Frankfurt's marathon is achievable. The bad run on Sunday was expected, and not every session goes well, so can't be too hard on myself. And now we're 11 weeks out from Frankfurt. Next week we'll increase time at threshold even more, moving into the more like 5x4 minutes threshold instead of 4x4. If you're building towards a long distance race this season yourself and want to see how my last 11 weeks play out, subscribe. I'm putting out a video every week until Frankfurt. I want to thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you again next week.